Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aska, and in today's tutorial you're going to learn how to crochet this granny stitch ruffle hat. It's a beginner friendly tutorial and we do have a written pattern. I'm going to leave a link to that at the description box below. So if you are new here, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you don't miss out every time I post a video. Now let's get started. These are the materials that you're going to need. You'll need a pair of scissors, darning needle to even your loose ends, a 4.5mm crochet hook, an elastic band, a tape measure, and yarn. So for the yarn you're going to use these two colors, purple and black. So I'm going to use this Winter King. This is a Kenyan brand and it's a medium weight yarn. So we're going to use only one strand. I would recommend you use Winter King for both colors, but I don't have the Winter King for the black. So the black I'm using Robin. It's also a Kenyan brand and it's a fingering weight yarn. So I'm going to double the strand for this, but I recommend you use Winter King for both. Okay, though if you use this it's still okay, because if you double the strand it's going to be the same size. Now let's go ahead and start. Now you're going to begin with the black color, just like the way we've arranged here: black, then purple, purple, black, and then the last one will be purple. So let's go ahead and start. You're going to start with the black. So you're going to start by making a magic ring, just a simple knot, and you're going to hold your work this way. Okay, insert your hook and you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Then you're going to place 2 double crochets into the ring. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, like that. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So that is a double crochet. Now we've placed 2 double crochets, chain 2, 1, 2. Now you're going to place 3 double crochets into the ring. So yarn over, insert and make your double crochet. So 1, 2 and 3. Now you have 3 double crochets, chain 2 and place 3 more double crochets into the ring. So insert your hook and make your double crochets. So 1, 2 and 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, chain 2 and place 3 more double crochets into the ring. So you should have 4 sets of 3 double crochets, like that. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 sets of 3 double crochets. Now you're going to tighten the ring. So I'm just going to pull this loose end, just like that, and you're going to join. So before you join, you're going to chain 2 and go to the first stitch here and make a slip stitch. Now we have joined the first row and this is what we have. I hope the work is clear because I'm using a black yarn. That is how it looks like. Now let's go to the second row. So you're going to go to the next stitch, which is this one, and make a slip stitch. And now you're going to insert your hook into the chain 2 space and you're going to switch the color. We are on the second row, and the second row you're using the purple. So go ahead and pick your next color, which is purple, and finish the slip stitch with it. And that way the next color is joined. Now let us continue. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. In that same chain 2 space you're going to do 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. So this chain 3 that we are making here acts as a stitch. Now chain 2, 1, 2, and in that chain 2 space you're going to do 3 more double crochets. So 1, 2 and 3, like that. Chain 1 and go to the next chain 2 space and you're going to place 3 double crochets there. So 1, 2 and 3. Chain 2 and place 3 more double crochets into the space. So 1, 2 and 3. chain 1 and go to the next chain 2 space and just repeat what we did here. 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, chain 2 and place 3 more double crochets there. 1, 2 and 3, chain 1 and go to the last chain 2 space here and do your 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets, like that. Now you're going to chain 1 and join the row. So insert your hook into the first stitch here, make a slip stitch, and that marks the end of the second row. Now let's go to the third row. You're going to go to the second stitch here and make a slip stitch, and now into the chain 2 space, make a slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, we are on the third row, so you're not going to switch the color, you're just going to continue with the purple. Now you're going to chain 3 to begin the next row, and in that same space you're going to do 2 double crochets. Remember the chain 3 here acts as a stitch. Okay, chain 2 and place 3 more double crochets into that chain 2 space, chain 1 and go to the chain 1 space with 3 double crochets. So 1, 2 and 3, like that. Chain 1 and go to the chain 2 space with 3 double crochets, chain 2 and place 3 more double crochets into the same chain 2 space, like that. Chain 1, go to the next chain 1 space and place 3 double crochets. So in every chain 1 space we are placing 3 double crochets only, and in every chain 2 space, which is at the corners, we are placing 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. Okay, chain 1 and go to the next chain 2 space with 3 double crochets, a chain 2 and 3 more double crochets into the same chain 2 space, like that. Chain 1, go to the next chain 1 space with 3 double crochets only, chain 1, go to the last chain 2 space with 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets into the same chain 2 space, chain 1, and to the last chain 1 space you're going to do only 3 double crochets, and we are at the end of the row. So you're going to chain 1 and join your row with a slip stitch to the first stitch there, just like that. Go to the next stitch with a slip stitch, and now we are on the 4th row, and now you're going to the 4th row, so you're going to switch the color. So go ahead and insert your hook into the first chain 2 space, and you're going to pick the black color. So just pick it from behind. There are 2 ways you can do this. You can pick it from behind or cut and reattach it at this row, the row that you are right now. So the way I did these other ones, I didn't cut my yarn. I just picked it from the back and continued with it. Then when I was weaving the yarns in, the loose ends in, I went ahead and sewed this in place so that you can't see it from the right side. It's in here. Okay, so there are 2 ways you can do this. If you can't do this, you're going to cut your yarn and reattach it on the next row. Okay, so let me show you first how I did those, then you're going to do the next one. So insert your hook and just pick it from behind, and try not to tighten your work because you want this to be stretchy, just like that, and you're going to continue with it. You're going to chain 3 and place your 2 more double crochets, just like that. So doing this will help you not to have too many loose ends at the back when it's time to weave them in. Okay, Now that is the first way to deal with this. So the second one, you're going to, let me just undo this. You're going to cut the black and you're going to reattach it on this next row. So insert your hook and you're going to attach your black color and just continue with it. So make your 3 double crochets and place 2 more double crochets in that same chain 2 space, just like that. Then chain 2, and in that same chain 2 space, place 3 more double crochets. Like that. Chain 1, and into the chain 1 space you're going to do only 3 double crochets. Chain 1, and to the next chain 1 space only 3 double crochets. Chain 1, and now we are at the chain 2 space at the corner stitch. So here you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. 2 and 3, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. 1, 2 and 3, like that. And now we can continue. Chain 1 and go to the next chain 1 space and do your 3 double crochets. So from here I think you get the idea. So the next chain 1 space you're doing chain 1 and do 3 double crochets there. Then chain 1 and 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets into the chain 2 space. Like that. Chain 1 and just continue now. In every chain 1 space you are doing 3 double crochets only, and into the corner stitch you are doing 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets in the same stitch. Now I'm at the end of the row, so you're going to chain 1 and slip stitch the first stitch here, and that marks the end of our 4th row. Okay, so go to the next stitch with a slip stitch and into the chain 2 space, but on this next row you're going to change the color. So go ahead and pick the purple from behind, or just do what I told you before. You can go ahead and cut it, then reattach it if you find this hard. So go ahead and make your slip stitch and you're going to chain 3. Then place 2 double crochets there, just like that, and you can go ahead and cut the black because you don't need this anymore. Okay, so now you're going to repeat what you did on the 4th row all round, and you're going to meet at the end of the row. So in every corner stitch we are doing 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. Chain 1, go to the chain 1 space with only 3 double crochets. Chain 1, to the next chain 1 space you place your 3 double crochets, and also in between here, not the corner stitch, you're chaining only 1. Okay, chain 1, chain 1, but in every corner stitch you are doing 2 chains. Okay, now we are at the next corner. You're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets in the same chain 2 space, just like that. Now continue all round and you're going to meet at the end of the row. So when you get to the end, your work should look like this. Then you'll go ahead and weave in all the loose ends, and you're going to make 4 more, so you should have 5 of them. Okay, like that. So this one square, when you measure it like this, it measures 5 inches. You can measure on both sides just to confirm. It measures 5 inches. Okay, now let's do the math. So we are working with a head circumference of between 21 and 23 inches because some people have more hair than others, so you're going to need something that will stretch. Okay, so let's use the range between 21 to 23 inches. So let us work with 23 inches. So first of all, you're going to need 4 squares around the head. Okay, so you're going to say 23 divided by 4, we get 5.75. Okay, so this should measure 5.75. So you're going to stretch it just a little bit to see if it's going to fit the 5.75 that you are looking for. You see, it can stretch up to even 6 inches. Okay, so this is definitely enough. Now let's go ahead and continue. So from here, we're going to arrange our work this way. You're going to arrange them this way. This will be the mid one. You're going to place one in the middle. We have 4 edges, so one in each. Okay, just like that. Now let's go ahead and join this to form a heart. Then you can continue from there. There are 2 ways you can join this. You can use single crochets to join. You can also use slip stitches, and also you can use just a darning needle and yarn. So we're going to join using a darning needle and yarn only because I find that better. It's going to be flat and it's not going to bulge out when you are done. Okay, when you turn your work to the right side. So let's go ahead and start. Now go ahead and cut a small yarn that you're going to use to join. So it's not possible to use only one yarn for everything. So you need to cut a small for one part first, then you're going to use another one and another one. Okay, now let's go ahead and attach. So you're going to attach it on the wrong side of your work. I'm going to start from this point and work this way and downwards. So let's go ahead and start. So we have 2 chains here, so pick one of them, the one on this side, and you're going to work on back loops only, not both loops, just back loops. Okay, so insert your hook into one loop of that one of the 2 chains here, just like that. Then you're going to pull. Don't pull all through because you're going to weave this in later. Go to the next stitch and the next on the other side, pull. So let me just continue for some few stitches. So this is how it looks like on the right side of your work. Okay, now let's continue. And be careful not to tighten the yarn that you are using to join here, because you need this part to be stretchy also, just like that. Okay, so now just continue up to the end, then you're going to go to the next step, and the last stitch should be the first chain here and the first chain of the other side, that way. So this is how it looks like on the right side of your work, and this is the wrong side of your work. So you see what I was meaning by it's going to be flat. Now let's go to the next step. Now you're going to continue to the next one, and keep in mind that you are working on the wrong side of your work. Okay, so to begin the next one, you're going to go to the next chain here. Now we've worked into one, so go to the next one the next available one, and on this other side you're going to go to the first one here, back loops only, just like that, and just repeat what we did here. So go ahead and attach, and make sure all the stitches align well, because each square has the same amount of stitches. Now I'm on my last stitch. So the last stitch is always the first chain here, the first chain of the other side, that way. So this is where we are right now. So this is the mid square, the square in the middle. So I had said you're going to join this part and downwards. Okay, so the next step you're going to do this part and downwards. So this end is going to join to this other end, the middle one, like that. Okay, so let us continue with these three first, then you're going to join this. So I'm going to attach this part to this part, like that, and when you get to the end, you're going to pick the next one. You're going to pick the next one and you're going to attach there. Okay, just like that. I hope I'm not confusing you. So this end and this end is going to join. Okay, so let us do one step at a time. I'm going to join this part to this part. So you're going to go to the remaining chain one stitch here, back loop, and on the other side, and you're going to attach. And I'm going to join up to the end. Then you can continue from there. Now I am at the end, and this is how it looks like. So if you find this a bit confusing, you can go ahead and mark the square at the center so that it doesn't confuse you. So I'm going to use this to mark mine. This will guide you better. It's not necessary, but it's going to guide you better. So this is the square at the center. Okay, so we have joined here. So this is how you're going to join the next two. I'm going to join downwards. So joining downwards is this part and this part, like that. Okay, then this part will join to the center one. Okay, like that. So let us just start here. So go to the first available stitch there, the chain one stitch, and the first one on this other side. Make sure you're joining at the wrong side of your work. And just continue. So don't tighten the yarn that you're using to join. So I'm just going to continue this now up to the end, then we'll see from there. Now I'm at the end, and this is how it looks like. So the marked square is the center one. So let me just place it down flat so that you can know the next step to go. So I had said this part is going to join to this part, like that. Okay, like that. So now you're going to join this part, and so this one will go here. So I'm going to join this part and down. Okay, so that means you're going to put it that way, then you're going to join this part and this part. Okay, then you'll just be remaining with this part and joining this to the first one. Okay, so now let us start. So just join the same way we've been joining the others, and make sure you're joining on the wrong side of your work. Everything is joined on the wrong side of your work. When you are done, you're going to turn back to the right side. Now I'm at the end, and this is what we have. So now you're going to join this part, this the center square, join this part. So I'm just going to take our last square and join it here. So go to the first stitch and the first one on the other side and just join. So I'm just going to do this now up to the end, then we'll meet to join the next part. Now I'm done joining this. This is our center square. Now you're remaining with this part and join this part. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. So you're going to join it just the same way you've been doing. I'm on the last stitch, just like that. Now let's join the last remaining part here, and that way it's going to form a heart. So let's go ahead and do it. So we have one chain left here and one chain on this other side, and just repeat the same thing now up to the end. Then you're going to meet once you are done with this part. Now I'm done joining, and this is what we have. So before we continue, you're going to turn your work to the right side and then continue from there, but go ahead and weave in all these loose ends so that you can continue. Now I'm done weaving in all the loose ends, so you're going to turn your work back to the right side, and this is how it looks like. So now let's continue from here. So you're going to work on this part. You're going to attach your yarn at any stitch, either in the chain one space or on these stitches, and you're going to chain 3. Then you're going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch, including the chain 1 spaces. So into that first stitch, place your double crochet and 1 double crochet in the remaining stitches all round, including the chain 1 spaces. So we have a chain 1 left here, so you're going to place 1 double crochet there and go to the next. So place 1 double crochet there and just continue 1 double crochet in each stitch all round, and I'm going to meet you when you're done with the row that way. So continue all round and you're going to meet at the end of the row. Now I'm at the end, so when you get to the end, you're going to join to the first stitch with a slip stitch, just like that, and this is how it looks like now. Okay, now let's go ahead and start on the ruffles. So we're going to work the ruffles, then you're going to attach our elastic band later. So let us go ahead and start. We're going to chain 3 and you're going to place 5 double crochets in each stitch, So go ahead and do your 5 double crochets. So into the first stitch you're going to do 4 double crochets because the chain 3 counts as a stitch. Like that. Yarn over and go to the next stitch with 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, like that. Now you're going to do 5 double crochets in each stitch all round, and you're going to meet at the end of the row. I'm done with the first row, and this is how it looks like. Now let's go ahead to the second row. To begin the second row, you're going to chain 3, and in each stitch you're going to do 3 double crochets. So into the first stitch you're going to do 2 double crochets, then in the remaining stitches 3 double crochets in each. Like that. 3 double crochets in each stitch. That way. So continue with this all round, and you're going to meet at the end of the row. 3 double crochets in each stitch all round. I'm done with my second row of the ruffles, and this is how it looks like. Now let us go ahead to the third row. To begin the third row, you're going to chain 3. Then in each row you're going to place 2 double crochets. So into the first row you're going to do only 1 double crochet. Then in the remaining stitches 2 double crochets in each. Just like that. Now go ahead doing 2 double crochets in each stitch all round, and you're going to meet at the end of the row. Then you're going to attach our elastic band. Now I'm done with the third row, and we are done with the ruffles. This is what we have right now. Now let's go ahead and attach our elastic band. So the elastic band that I'm using measures 18 inches when it's not stretched, but you can stretch it up to 24, even 25, but don't overstretch your work. So it should stretch up to 23 inches when it's not overly stretched. Okay, now let's go ahead and start. So before we attach the elastic band, you're going to join these 2 ends to form a circle. Now I have joined the 2 ends together, and this is what we have. Now let's go ahead and attach it. So you're going to attach on the wrong side of the work, on the inner side of the work, and you're going to attach on this double crochet row before our ruffles. Okay, the last row that we did here all round before we started on the ruffles. So let's go ahead and start. You're going to attach to these 3rd loops of the double crochet, these 3rd loops. So attach to any of them. So attach your yarn to any stitch, and this is how you're going to place your elastic band in. Place your elastic band inside the stitch, in between the stitch, like that. Now go to the next stitch, this one, and you're going to make a single crochet. Make sure your elastic band is in the stitch. So you're going to make 2 single crochets in each stitch, like that. So the next stitch is this one. Place your elastic band in the stitch, in between the stitch. Place 2 single crochets there, like that. Go to the next. So the next is this. Place your 2 single crochets there, making sure your elastic band is in between the stitches, just like that. So you're going to repeat this all round, and you're going to meet at the end. So the next stitch is this one. So from the right side of your work, you're working on these stitches, okay, right below your ruffles. So now we've worked on this, okay. So work all round, and you're going to meet when you're done with that, when you're done attaching your elastic band. Now I'm at the end, and when you get to the end, you're going to slip stitch to the first single crochet there, chain 1 and cut, and you're done attaching our elastic band. And this is how it looks like. So now it looks way better. So go ahead and weave in all the loose ends, and you're done, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you need a written pattern, please go ahead and check it out. I'll leave a link to that at the description box below. So that is it, guys. See you.